Hello, everyone, and welcome to District 6-5A Division II, Texas High School Football. I'm Bob Muty alongside Bentley Love and Matthew Middleton. Tonight we're coming to you from Mesquite Memorial Stadium, where the Greenville Lions will tangle with the Mesquite Poteet Pirates. Both teams sport records of 0-4, Greenville having been on the short end of a 75-11 score last week against Midlothian Heritage, and the Pirates being throttled by Crandall 48-7. Bentley, this is a winnable game for both teams. How do you rate the Lion chances?
Coming into tonight's game, I think the Lions have a great chance. I think it's the best chance they've had coming into a game all season, and obviously we're the Greenville announcers, so we're going to be a little biased, but I think they are definitely I would call them the favorites in this game. So I'm looking forward to Greenville coming out fast and strong and making an impression early on and hopefully coming away with this game tonight.
Well, the offense has been struggling a little bit without their freshman quarterback who separated his shoulder a couple of weeks ago. So they'll be without Phoenix Rodriguez tonight. Bentley, do you have any idea what the plan is for his return?
I don't know for sure. I know, like you said, separated shoulder, and last I heard it was about somewhere between maybe 3 and 5 weeks on a return, and we're entering week 2 without him, so give him maybe 2 or 3 more weeks, and hopefully he'll be back, but at the same time, it could be a little bit longer. So hopefully we're seeing him in about 3 weeks, but it could be longer. So not 100% sure, but hopefully not too much longer till he's back.
Well, we've been impressed with his poise and his ability to throw the ball especially. But in his stead, Bryson Sanders, the junior quarterback, did throw a touchdown pass last week to Greg Washington for the Lions' only score. In addition, Jamarian Hamilton got to sprint 90 yards with a blocked extra point attempt, and Nick Just converted his first field goal of the season.
Yeah, it was great to see the little bit of offense Greenville was able to get going. I would call them hustle plays for sure, at least on that extra point return, and then Washington's was a little bit too. He just managed to beat his defender, get enough of a window, and get into the end zone. So definitely some good plays for him last week. Just not near enough of them, but hopefully we'll see a lot more tonight.
Yeah, I thought Washington was wide open on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, he definitely was. He beat that one guy, and there was nobody there left for him.
The injury report for tonight, in addition to Rodriguez, includes the following. Number 3, Jaden Gibson, our cornerback, is still out, having been hurt a couple of weeks ago. Caleb Yost is also out again tonight, our punter. And Caden Bell has not been suited up the entire year, and he was one of the players that was projected to be involved quite a bit with the performance of this team, according to Dave Campbell anyway, and we just haven't seen him on the field yet. In addition to that, our deep snapper, Jorge Aguilera, is out, as is our starting right tackle, Julian Sixtos. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this message from GEUS.
At GEUS, we're proud of our competitive electric rates. And if you want to save even more, think about changing your thermostat by 4 degrees on some of the hottest or coldest days of the year. We call it 4 degrees of savings, and it's one way you can save money so you can have more nights out, more ice cream cones, and more fun with your family. GEUS, hometown service, world-class reliability.
Bob Muty and Bentley Love back here at Mesquite Memorial Stadium. The Lions will start offensively tonight up front with Damian Bankston at tight end. The tackles will be Mario Valentine and Levi Davenport. The guards, Victor Orsornio and Braden Maps. And the center is senior Nick Just. At quarterback, the aforementioned Bryson Sanders, he's a junior, wearing number 10. At running back, we'll have probably a combination of Daniel Renner, maybe Jaden Gibson, and Tobias Abram. The wide receivers will be Chris Whitus and Caleb Hale. Let's take a look at the other side of the ball, Bentley.
On the defense for the Lions tonight, the three big men up front for them are going to be number 52, Cash Garcia, number 70, Ligarian Savage, and number 66, Makai McEwen. The linebacker core for the Lions is going to be made up of number 23, Jaden Johnson, number 33, Cody Waldrop, and number 18, Jamorion Hamilton. In the secondary, we're looking at number 7, Reagan Goggins, number 8, Tyler Trexel, number Noah Davenport, number 1, Aiden Lewis, and number 4, Mark Dumas. So big, good group of guys back there, and several guys that have gotten several starts this year. One guy they're missing is the aforementioned Caleb Yost, of course, but Noah Davenport's gotten plenty of playing time in his absence, and hopefully will be stepping up big for him tonight.
We don't know a whole lot about the Poteet Pirates team. It seems like possibly they may tend more to the running game with very little throwing, but we're going to find out early here tonight. Their leading rusher, Aaron Tinsley, is not listed on our roster, so we're not sure whether or not Mr. Tinsley is going to be playing. It's homecoming here at Mesquite Poteet's home field tonight, and we've had the ceremony this afternoon prior to the introduction to our broadcast. Now the band is and the flag corps is entertaining us as we await the captain's arrival at midfield. Big MISD in white, piped in blue in the middle of the field, and both end zones are dark blue with Mesquite ISD in white. This is just a beautiful place to play a football game. Beautiful turf field. Stadium would seat, I'm not sure how many, but lots and lots of people.
Yeah, you can definitely host a huge event here and a big playoff game of some sort for sure. So we see the ROTC out to the middle with the flags, and I believe that's the Poteet Choir fixing to sing us the national anthem. So we'll be back after this national anthem.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the national anthem sung by the Poteet High School Choir. Thank you.
Nice rendition by the a cappella choir down there in Greenville. I love to hear a cappella choirs sing. They always do something super special. The group at Greenville is a particularly good choir, and so was that one down there tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree without a doubt. They sounded fantastic, and a great way to kick off a good night for some football.
Well, we've already had the toss of the coin, and we'll let you know exactly what's going to happen here as the teams prepare for the kickoff. Poteet's going to receive, according to Matthew, so Greenville will be kicking off. They'll be moving from our left to our right. That's from north to south. Our kicker, of course, is the youngster, a junior, Joshua Rojas. He wears number 84. Not a big guy, but he's got a pretty good leg. And the Lions are dressed in all white tonight with their white helmets and red numerals. Poteet, on the other hand, is dressed in dark green with white numbers, white helmets, and black pants.
Yeah, and we see number 9, Antias King, and number 8, Nile Rivers, back to receive about the 10-yard line for Poteet as Rojas gets ready for the kick. Looking at a great temperatures, we're looking at about 83 degrees, which, it could be a little bit cooler, but I'll take 83 without a doubt.
And the field is completely shrouded in shade right now. It's just a beautiful night for football. I'm sure the guys will appreciate not being in the sun. So Rojas is about to approach the ball. Standing at the 10 are the two deep receivers, and of course the ball falls off the tee. I don't know that there's that much wind down there. In fact, I'm not sure there's hardly any, but I guess Rojas didn't have a good set on that one.
I guess so.
Greenville band has traveled well, and they're in the far corner of the visiting stands. And here's the kick by Rojas. It's going to come down at about the 22-yard line. It's taken there. Receiver coming to his left, going up the middle, has some room now, and finally is dragged down at about the 43-yard line by Jamorian Hamilton.
Yeah, and he was able to cut left there, found him a hole, and it looked like he was going to be able to get all the way, but Jamorian Hamilton was able to chase him down. And it was interesting on that play because as Rojas was getting ready to kick, Hamilton went all the way over to the visitor's sideline and was going that way and worked his way all the way back to the home side hash.
Well, you'll hear us call Hamilton's name quite frequently tonight, but that was an excellently blocked return by Poteet. So they set up with one receiver to the two receivers each side, man in motion. Fakes a handoff, and stopped on a keeper was Kevin Joyner.
Yeah, and that was number 33, Cody Waldrop, with a couple other lines assisting him, stopping him there for no gain, bringing up 2nd and 10 here for the Pirates.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage comes Joyner with the Poteet Pirate offense. Takes a snap, looks to his left, and a little miscommunication there between Joyner and his primary receiver. I think that was Valerian Rose.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think Joyner was looking for Rose to stop and turn around and come back and get that ball, and Rose wasn't thinking that, and it was nearly picked off.
Deep snap this time. He finds his man. It's number 3, and he's going to move forward for a first down. That's Josh Reyes.
Yeah, and just a real well-executed pass there, and lots of blockers out in front of him, enough for him to be able to get some yardage and get him another set of downs.
So it's first down Poteet. Ball spotted at the Greenville 48-yard line. After a good defensive first 2 plays, the Lions yield a first down pass on just a little bubble screen. Joyner takes a snap. He's going to keep it up the middle. He stops and throws and finds his man open. Man is still moving. He's throwing down inside the 30-yard line. Well blocked again downfield, and there's a penalty in the play.
Yeah, and we'll see here in a second. I think that's probably going to go on number 1, Aiden Lewis. As he got a little close to him. Looked like he may have kind of pushed him after the play was out, but I didn't really think he did.
That was an interesting play by Joyner. He took the snap and approached the line of scrimmage like he was going to run it, and then just pulled up, fired a dart to his receiver. Just a wide open and a beautiful play over the middle. After the penalty, the ball is going to be moved down to the Greenville 12-yard line. So Poteet moving early here in this one. Handoff that time. The receiver or the running back is still loose. and he gets up inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and we saw a couple Greenville extra defenders blitzing there, and he was able to get through the initial line, but was thankfully Daniel Renner and Tyler Truxell were there waiting on him and able to stop him before he was able to get into the end zone.
Well, Poteet moving very smartly after those first 2 plays, and they looked really bad. There's another run by Davis. He's brought down short of the goal line.
Yeah, and that was number 33, Cody Waldrop, as well as number 70, Legarian Savage, in on the tackle there.
Poteet wastes no time getting to the line of scrimmage. Davis again takes a handoff, and this time he runs into a host of white-shirted Lions, and they push him back.
It'll bring up 2nd and goal here from the 2-yard line.
They did get that first down, so that was really important for the Poteet Pirates. A little confusion now. This time Joyner keeps it, and he breaks into the end zone for a Poteet touchdown.
And we see the Poteet kicking unit come out on the field as they're getting ready to try to put one through the uprights and make it 7-0. It's number 37, Rocco Reyna, on for Poteet.
I was feeling pretty good after about our defense after those first 2 plays, but Mr. Joyner really got it going. Kick is up and good, so Poteet moves smartly down the field and puts 7 on the board with just 9:48 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, as we get ready for Greenville to come out here on offense, I'm looking to see Daniel Renner and maybe Tobias Abram, like you mentioned, get involved early and often tonight, because Poteet's averaging just around 200 yards given up a game in the rushing against other teams' running backs, and so look to see those guys get involved early and try to get something going here.
Well, you can bet the defensive coaches over on the far sideline are scratching their heads after that very impressive drive by the Poteet Pirates. Well, let's see what the Greenville offense can do now. Again, they'll be receiving at the north end of the stadium. Chris Whitus and Caleb Hale will be the deep receivers, with Greg Washington in the middle standing at the 25-yard line. Now they back up, anticipating maybe a longer kick. Bankston and Zed Davenport on the far side standing at the 35-yard line for the pop-over kick, which has become pretty popular in high school football.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt.
You see very little deep kicks, although we did see some 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we saw him kick some real deep last week, but aside from that, most of them have just been popovers all season.
The Rocco Reyna approaches the ball now. It is a short kick, and it hits the ground and is covered by Bankston. Never like to see the ball hit the ground, Bentley.
No, you don't. Not at all. Once that ball hits the ground, it can go do all kinds of funny things. So good thing Bankston was able to get on it and down it there.
Yeah, credit to him. That was pretty important. It bounced in front of Washington, and Bankston, a junior. We haven't seen much of him in previous games, so he probably has a more prominent role tonight starting at tight end.
Yeah, definitely. With all the injuries the Lions are facing, I think he's going to get in and see a lot of playing time today.
Bankston is set up at the tight end on the left side, 2 receivers to the right. And off to Renner. Renner going around the left side, has some room. He's got some speed. He's down to the 50 before he's run out of bounds roughly, and there's a penalty at the 45-yard line of Poteet.
Yeah, so great pickup there for Renner as he was forced out of bounds, right, like Bob said, about at the 45-yard line. But he found that edge, and he had everybody beat except for that one man. And, of course, he's forced out of bounds there, and we'll see what that flag is. It's going to be, of course, against Poteet, and going to bring Greenville all the way down to, it looks like, the Poteet 31-yard line. So a huge pickup there for Renner.
So each team commits a late hit out of bounds, and This one moves the Lions down to the Poteet 31-yard line where they will set up shop. 1st and 10. We know that Renner has tremendous track speed, and he showed it on that play. Sanders looks to the sideline. I thought he was going to take the snap, but we've got like a double H-pack formation with Bankston on one side and Greg Washington on the other. Play clock down to 4. Sanders takes a snap. This time he hands to Renner, and Renner is buried for a loss.
Yeah, so that's going to be a loss of 4 on the play and bring up 2nd and 14. Loss of 3 on the play, excuse me, bring up 2nd and 13 here for the Lions.
He went around the left side on the first play, and at that time tried the right side with much less success. Again, 2 receivers right. Bankston tight on the left. Washington behind him. Whitus in motion. Renner takes, no, it was a keeper by Sanders. Nice job. And Whitus, did he lose the ball, Bentley?
Looks like he may have, but I'm not sure if they were going to call him down, as it looked like he may have been. We'll see here in a second. Yeah, they are going to call him down and give it back to Greenville, as it'll bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Lions.
The option pitch by Sanders well executed that time. Had me fooled and had Poteet fooled pretty much to the tune of about a 7-yard pickup. We'll call it 3rd and a long 3. Greenville trying to keep the offense sustained. Again, Renner's it. Sanders keeper that time, and he was taken by number 59, Jeremiah Watson, in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, tried to sell that handoff well and was able to get 1 or 2 people to bite, but unfortunately there were enough that were able to tell Sanders still had it to bring him down for about a 3-yard loss.
This is 4th and long, bring up what would appear to be a passing situation. Sanders tends to, his weaknesses or his strengths, I think, are primarily in the run game. Let's see if he can come up with a conversion through the air. 1 receiver right, 1 to the left. Whitus in motion. Sanders rolling left under pressure, and the ball is tipped and intercepted. Sanders may have a shot at him, but it looks like it's going to be a pick 6 for Poteet.
Yeah, that's a really, really tough play for a right-handed quarterback like Sanders to make. Rolls out to his left and kind of has to throw across his body. And unfortunately, he had a lot of pressure on him too, and pass was picked off and taken all the way back.
Yeah, he had nothing pretty much to work with and tried to force it. It was tipped and right into the hands of one of the cornerbacks, and he had nothing but green turf between himself and the goal line.
Rocco Reyna comes onto the field. See if he can put one through the uprights here for the extra point.
I think one guy is missing from the, we're going to go without him. We probably could kick it from 5 yards back, but they're going to try it with 10 men on the field, I guess. And was able to get it up and through, so quick 14-0 lead for Poteet. Kind of a shocker here, Bentley.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And you know, that drive ended on kind of a freak play there. The Lions did a good job for the first part moving the ball, and so hopefully we'll see that happen more tonight and punch it into the end zone instead of something freak happening like that.
The homecoming crowd here at Mesquite Memorial is pretty happy about this early Poteet lead, probably something they haven't experienced for a long time.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And hopefully that lead will go away here soon, as Greenville's offense is going to get another stab at it here.
Their last victory came against Greenville in 2022, 2-point victory. They had lost something like 17 straight. And Greenville, their last victory was against Poteet last year, so they hadn't won a game since that encounter. So Poteet and Greenville have a history of what should I say, mediocrity?
I guess you could. Flip-flopping it, yeah.
But Mesquite has come out Poteet has come out kind of firing tonight. Joyner was excellent, quarterback on that first series, and then the tip pass, pick six, results in another TD.
So we see Rocco Reyna getting the ball ready as Greenville's return men take a few steps back to set up on the 20.
Rayner is a senior kicker. He approaches the ball. This time he kicks it a little bit deeper. And be taken by Whitus at the 15. He's up the middle. And he gets to the 30-yard line before he's engulfed by green-shirted Pirates.
Yeah, so it's a return of about 15 yards there for Whitus, as can set up Greenville with some decent field position to start us off here.
Really miss the Rodriguez kid back there, Bentley. I certainly hope he'll be able to recover and get back on the field here in a couple of weeks. I think he's a difference maker.
Yeah, I think he is definitely. And he's some, not to say that these other guys don't have the respect of their offense, but they're not the starters necessarily. And so somebody like Rodriguez, we know his starters respect him, and they like having him back there. So of course they're going to play a little bit better when they've got him, and they need him, that's for sure.
Well, he offers a more balanced offense with his aerial game. He's just such a proficient passer for a youngster. So Sanders has got to try to step up now and get this offense going. Looks like there's a timeout on the field. So we can take a timeout and get this message from GEUS.
Welcome to the heart of our community, where moments are made and the people power dreams. GEUS is your hometown, nationally recognized, reliable public power provider. Our dedicated team works around the clock to ensure you have power when you need it. We're not just a utility, we're your neighbors and your friends. Have a question? Need support? We're here, right down the street, ready to help. GEUS, the power that keeps you.
We're back. Lions on offense now, setting up their own 30. Fakes a handoff. Sanders keeps it. He's got a first down before he's run out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
It's a huge pickup there for Sanders, as he had me fooled. I thought Tobias Abram had it and fooled enough of the defense that he was able to pick up about 13 yards or so on the play.
Well, credit Sanders. He's fooled both of us, Bentley.
He definitely has. So they're going to call it 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 45-yard line.
That's the key to a good option offense, is to get a good ride on that running back if you're going to keep it. Langston moves to the right side. It's a tight formation. Pitch goes to Renner, and Renner runs out of bounds after a pickup of a couple.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to call it a pickup of about 3 on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Lions.
Working the right side, this time behind Valentine and Maps. I don't know what the status of Julian Sixtos is. He's normally the right tackle, and Valentine's filling in pretty nicely for him. So we get him back. 2nd down, we'll call it 7. Ball spotted at the 48 of Greenville. Handoff this time to Renner. He's got room. He's up the middle. And he gets beyond the 40-yard line of Poteet for another Greenville first down.
Yeah, and that was Tobias Abram getting all the way out to about the 39-yard line there of the Poteet Pirates, and a huge pickup for the Lions.
I saw the 0, and I thought it was Renner, but Abram's just a sophomore, and he's really burst onto the scene here the last 3 weeks. Strong runner. First down, Greenville. Gets the handoff again to Abram, and he runs a guy over, bulls his way, for about a 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, good pickup there by Abram, bringing up 2nd and 5 here for the Lions.
Working up the middle. Abram really does run hard, Bentley. And he hits the hole quickly.
Yeah, he definitely does, and he's more of a physical runner, whereas Renner's more of a shifty runner, I would say.
Tight formation once again. Whitus in motion. Handoff. This time, Abram only picks up a couple yards.
Yeah, it looked like a pickup of maybe 1. Bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Lions.
The key to the option offense is that quarterback reading the defensive end before he hands the ball off. And if the defensive end goes after the running back, and he needs to pull that thing back out, and I think that time Sanders would have been better had he done so. 3rd and 4 for Greenville. Ball at the 34-yard line of Poteet. Sanders fumbles. Let's see, the ball's falling around at the 40-yard line. I think Greenville covered it, but that's going to bring up a 4th and 11. Again, the defensive line for Poteet had Sanders before he even had a chance to pitch the ball. And that's going to bring up a punt formation for Greenville.
Yeah, he went to his left and he saw a guy got through the line without anybody stopping him and tried to flip it, but at that point it was too late. So we see number 7, Reagan Goggins, standing at his own 48-yard line, getting ready to punt this one away.
I credit that Poteet defensive line so far in this game. Goggins does a little rubby kick high in the air. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Normally they let those go, but the receiver caught it, and that'll be tough field position for the Poteet Pirates.
Yeah, and that was number 3, Josh Reyes for Poteet. And I think what he may have been thinking was if he let it go, there were enough Greenville defenders there. He thought somebody might be able to down it even further. And
It's a beautiful kick by Goggins. Let's give him credit there. He's had some problems with his punting since he's been filling in for Caleb GEUS, but that one was a good one. So it'll be first down Pirates at their own 5-yard line. 4:23 remaining here in the first quarter, and Poteet surprisingly has a 14-0 lead over the Lions.
as we see number 33, Cody Waldrop, join in on the rush.
There's the run up the middle, and very close to first down yardage. Lewis in on the tackle with a couple of other white-shirted Lions. They're going to move the chains. So quickly out of deep in their own territory go the Pirates. Joyner takes hands. Oh, big hole up the middle by the running back. Could have run a truck through there, Bentley.
Yeah, he definitely could have, and I'm not quite sure what happened there with the Lions' defenses. There was nobody there waiting. Matthew says he doesn't think the defense was set, and I think he may be right, because there was a massive hole.
We talked about how quickly they get to the line of scrimmage, and they took advantage that time. Another first down for Poteet. Once again, a handoff. This time, Cash Garcia has a hold of the running back and prevents any kind of serious yardage gain.
Yeah, a pickup of about 1 there, but they were able to get to him before he was able to really do much at all with that one.
Second, we'll call it 9. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line of Poteet. Joyner drops back. He's looking deep. Has a man. And it's incomplete, but I think they're going to call pass interference on Goggins.
Yeah, and that was number 2, Marcus Thomas for Poteet as the receiver, and like Bob said, Goggins in on the defensive effort.
Good throw by Joyner. I'm impressed with the young quarterback. He's just a junior, and he's showing quite a bit of skill and poise.
Yeah, good pass there for sure, and tried to make something happen and drew a penalty, so they're going to wave it off, it looks like. And
They're
pick it up.
going to go back to mark it off, maybe. Let's see. They picked up the flag. Wow, interesting.
Guess
It was questionable.
Guess they decided he was going for the ball enough that it was a clean play.
Okay, well that brings up 3rd and 9, so possibly the Lion defense can get a stop here. Once again, Joyner drops back. He's looking for the sideline again, and he throws this one out of bounds, intended for Josh Reyes.
Yeah, that was number 8, Tyler Trexel, in for Greenville on the defensive effort. So bring up 4th and 9 here for the Pirates as their punting unit's going to come onto the field.
So a turnover on downs for the Greenville defense, so maybe we're making some headway here. Chris Whitus is deep for Greenville to receive this punt. Punter standing at his own 17-yard line, and Whitus is standing at his 35. It's a high snap, handled well. It's a high but a short kick. Guys better make sure they don't get, oh, it's a good bounce for Poteet. And it's rolling down to about the 38-yard line of Greenville, and that's where they'll set up shop.
Yeah, you see Poteet trying to urge the ball on to go a little bit further, but thankfully for Greenville, it didn't.
Trying to wave it to move some, you know, we'll just kind of get enough wind down here, push that thing, maybe it'll go, but not a bad punt. Punter was a string bean. I didn't get his number, but...
it was number 43, Brandon Hernandez, a senior.
Good high kick,
Tall and lanky.
and no possible return by Whitus, so effective in its own right. Okay, Greenville's offense now. This time we set 3 receivers to the right. Bryson Sanders at quarterback takes a snap, rolling right, has good protection, and he has Whitus, and as Whitus was receiving the pass, he was hit by the DB, Jacob Hernandez. It's a good defensive play, Bentley.
Yeah, really good defensive play. He was able to break it up enough and bring up second down. We see Caleb Hale and Chris Whitus slide out to the left side of this play.
Tight formation other than those 2 wide receivers. Sanders takes a snap, hands off, and after a short gain, Renner back in there, so apparently Renner and Abram are alternating series.
Yeah, it looked like a pickup of about 5 there for Renner.
Third down as the Greenville offense tries to get untracked here after the defense forces a turnover on downs. 2:14 clock running here in the first quarter at Mesquite Memorial. Handoff this time to Renner. Renner's got some room, and he's up close to moving the chains.
Yeah, it's going to be close. See where they call it. It looks like they're going to give it to him. They are. So bring up 1st and 10 here for the Lions from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Renner used his speed that time to get that conversion. He really can pick him up, lay him down.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have in the backfield, but it's almost an even better thing when he's back there playing in the secondary to have.
Yeah, he's a valuable guy on both sides of the ball, no question about it. 1st and 10 Lions. Sanders takes a snap, pitches to Whitus, I think that is, and there's a penalty on the play as Whitus is banged out of bounds after about a pickup of 2.
Yeah, and it looks like that's probably going to be for a late hit as he was already out of bounds, and then Poteet defender decided we're going to make sure he stays out of bounds. Oh, holding, excuse me.
Holding call on Greg Washington, it sounds like. So that'll set the Lions back 10. And on 1st down, that puts a little crimp in your series. First and 20 for the Lions. 41-yard line now of Greenville. Sanders takes a snap, hands the ball off, and after a short pickup for Renner, the 2nd and long.
Yeah, pickup of about 3 or so on the play, bring up 2nd and 17.
Lions having a little bit of trouble getting their running game untracked here. They've been inconsistent. Some really good plays, and some that are not well blocked at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Big offensive line for Greenville. We got to start moving some people out. Fakes a handoff, rolls right, completes the pass to Washington. Washington's up close to midfield.
Yeah, it looks like they may say he got back to the original line. They mark him a yard short. They're going to mark him a yard short of the original line. So bring up 3rd and 11 here. 2 yards short, excuse me. 3rd and 12 here for the Lions.
Again, Sanders under pressure. Just not able to get a clear lane to throw the ball. Had to throw it around the guy that time to get it to Washington. 3rd and long for the Lions. Sanders fakes a handoff, looks downfield, he's rolling, scrambling, now he's in trouble, and he's sacked at the 40-yard line.
There'll be a loss of 18 on the play, 8 on the play. Bring us back up to 4th and 20 here.
Yeah, that Poteet defense, they were definitely they were looking for the pass, and they had a blitzing linebacker, I believe, that came in and made that play. That was Evonde Wright. So another punting formation for the Lions. Reagan Goggins standing at his own 27. It's a good snap. It's a rugby style. Again, a good kick. Fair caught and fumbled. And the Lions may have covered it, still loose. Lions had a chance to cover that one as the receiver muffed it. But a green-shirted Pirate fell on it very, very opportunistically to keep the Pirates in a situation where they'll have the ball again.
Yeah, and I thought that was Greenville's, and they almost had it there. So great effort there by the Greenville special teams players.
Yeah, he was that receiver was standing amongst several white-shirted guys, and probably was a bit intimidated.
I think you're probably right.
Ball bounced off his chest, went forward, and unfortunately went in the hands of one of those Lions. 17 seconds here in the first quarter. And off to the man in motion, that's Reyes. Reyes is around the right side, and he forces his way beyond the line to gain. First down, Poteet. It's Delarian Rose, I'm sorry. They have a lot of speed on this team.
Yeah, they do. It'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 45 as the clock winds down. And it's off the receiver's hands, but going to go out of bounds, bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Joyner kind of threw a bullet that time, and it bounced off the receiver's hands, and Mark Dumas almost had a chance to pick that one.
And that'll be the last play here of the first quarter, as we're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this word from GEUS.
For more than a year now, the GEUS Roundup program has helped neighbors in need by you giving just a little. We still need your help to help those who need it, and there are 3 ways you can choose to participate. 1. Commit to rounding up your bill to the nearest dollar and donating 1 cent to 99 cents per month. 2. Choose a recurring set amount contribution. 3. Choose a one-time set amount contribution. The GEUS Roundup program is easy to participate in and has the ability to make a huge impact on someone else in our community. Your ability to help is the only thing that matters.
Back here at Mesquite Memorial Stadium on a beautiful night for football. Unfortunately, at this point, the Poteet Pirates have a 14-0 lead over Greenville, and they're about to take 2nd down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Handoff, lots of room for the running back. Gets into the defensive backfield, where Trexel has to make the stop, but not before he achieves another Mesquite Poteet first down.
Yeah, and Greenville brought an extra defender, number 23, Jaden Johnson, in there on the blitz.
Better defense that time on a run off left tackle.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it a pickup of 1 there, bring up 2nd and 9. So definitely a much better performance by the Greenville defense on that play.
Yeah, Garcia and Savage in on that play defensively. 2nd, we'll call it 9. Inside Greenville territory now at the Greenville 41, just at the beginning of the 2nd quarter. Joyner has the fake, and he's got it at the 30, breaks a tackle at the 20, and steps out of bounds. Probably going to be unhappy with himself. But a nice run by the junior quarterback. Good fake to his running back, and had lots of green space.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call him out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
And off this time to the running back, breaks a tackle. Aiden Lewis grabs a hold, brings him down at the 5, but that's going to be another Poteet first down.
And that was number 23, Dylan Davis, for Poteet on the run.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Fakes to Davis. Joyner keeps it. This time, Mekhi McEwen has a hold of the junior quarterback and gets him for a loss. Greenville thought the ball might have come loose. Let's wait to see what the ruling is. And it did indeed come loose. So McEwen forces a fumble from Joyner, and that is huge at this point in the contest because Poteet was moving really well once again. First down after first down, Bentley.
Yeah, really is huge. Great turn of events for the Lions as goes from them having to defend a 5-yard gain or defend 5 yards to the end zone to getting the ball. And they got a long way to go and are pinned back at their own 5, but I think they'd rather that than be that close to Poteet scoring again.
Yeah, and a 95-yard touchdown drive looks good on paper.
It definitely does. You get to get a lot of people involved, or you get to get a couple really big passes.
Tight formation, 2 receivers left. I think that's Abram in the backfield. Fakes to Abram, throws to Whitus. Whitus trying to get some yardage, and he gets his way up to about the 12-yard line. Nice play by Chris Whitus after that reception.
Yeah, so a pickup of about 7 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 3 here for the Lions.
I like the idea of the quick pass. That way you don't have to protect the quarterback that long.
I agree 100%. We see Whitus and Hale go to the right from the left to the right side.
Bryson Sanders with Tobias Abram behind him in motion. Fakes to and pitches to Whitus. Whitus is going to get a first down before he's thrown down out of bounds.
Yeah, so we'll call it a pickup of about 5 there, so as it'll bring up 1st and 10 here for the Lions from the 18-yard line.
Chris Whitus, a sophomore wide receiver, has shown us to have some pretty good foot speed.
Yeah, definitely.
Fits in well with the Greenville tradition of speed, either at wide receiver, quarterback, or running back. First down, Greenville. Washington in motion. Oh boy, there's a mistake. Sanders and Abram were not on the same page. Sanders tries to cover the ball, and it gets away from him, rolls into the end zone, and is covered by Poteet for a Pirate touchdown.
And it looks like there's an injured line on the play. So,
One of the big offensive linemen is down at the 19-yard line. We'll wait and see.
We'll take a break and be back after this word from GEUS.
Welcome to the heart of our community, where moments are made and the people power dreams. GEUS is your hometown, nationally recognized, reliable public power provider. Our dedicated team works around the clock to ensure you have power when you need it. We're not just a utility, we're your neighbors and your friends. Have a question? Need support? We're here, right down the street, ready to help. GEUS, the power that keeps your hometown glowing. Reliable, local, and committed to you. Visit us online at GEUS.org or call us today at 903-457-2800.
Greenville training staff tilting to the injured player. The Lions go huddle up to talk about how they're going to defend this extra point attempt. And this could be a fairly serious injury. We don't want to try to identify the player, but wait and see if they're able to get him up onto his feet.
Yeah, never want to see somebody go down, but typically, hopefully we typically see them pop up before now, so maybe something serious, is we're not 100% sure, but hopefully we'll find out something soon.
Well, the Pirates have scored 2 defensive touchdowns, Bentley, one on a pick six. It went about 80 yards, and that on a fumble recovery in the end zone. And just Sanders turned and pitched the ball, and there was no one there, and that's Braden Maps. Now he's up on his feet, The big 300-pounder is going to get to the sideline under his own power, but he'll be missing. Be a big slot to fill there at the guard position for the Greenville offense.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good sign watching him walk off under his own power, but never want to have a player go down and hate to miss him like that.
Jaden Walker will hold for Reyna on this attempt to get point number 21 with 9:40 remaining here in the second quarter. It's a good snap, a good hold, and a good kick by Reyna. Poteet 21, Greenville nothing. Surprising score, Bentley. I can't say that I expected this at all.
Well, y'all heard me in the pregame show. I was picking Greenville to come away with this one, and maybe it was me being optimistic and stuff, but I really do think they had a good shot. And they could still turn this game around. There's still a ton of football left to play if they start playing a little bit smarter and get something going here.
They have moved the ball at times on offense, but you got to hand it to the Poteet Pirate offense. They've been clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, they definitely have. This Poteet team looks a lot better than their 0-4 record show, that's for sure.
So now Greenville will have an opportunity once again. Beautiful night here in Mesquite. We see lights in the distance at Hamby Stadium, and we were told that there was a person with a gun prior to the game over there, and we're glad that didn't happen here at Memorial Stadium. We hope everybody is okay over there at Hamby. We haven't gotten any further report. Just a crazy world we're living in, folks.
It really, really is. But thankfully, we all seem to be good here over at Memorial Stadium.
Just on the wrong end of a 21-0 score.
That's the truth.
There's Reyna's kick. It's a pop-over kick, taken by Washington. He moves it forward. Good job by Greg Washington to go straight ahead, north and south, and picks up 15 yards.
It looks like Washington got to about the 44-yard line there, so a good pickup there and gives the Lions some good field position to start us off here.
You always like to see a receiver go north to south rather than trying to you always get around the corner and many times not picking up any yardage.
Yeah, definitely. You couldn't be more right on that.
Well, the senior H-back who was featured as a running back last year, and we're kind of surprised he hasn't been in that role this year. He does a good job on that kick return.
Yeah, and that could go for Washington and Jaden Johnson both, as they both had outstanding seasons last year.
First down, Lions. Sanders takes a high snap, hands to, I think that's Renner, and Renner slips down. It's going to be a loss of a couple.
Yeah, a loss of about 2 or 3 yards. They're going to bring up second and we'll call it 12 here, second and 13 for the Lions.
It's always good to get positive yardage on first down. When you go backwards, it just kind of takes the wind out of your sails just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Second and 13 for the Lions. Ball now back at their own 41-yard line. Renner stacked behind Sanders. Man in motion. Pitch man is Whitus, and Whitus gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Yeah, so to bring up third and 13 here for the Lions as they're staring down a less than ideal situation.
They haven't been able to really break the code as to figure out what's best to try against this Pirate defense, which has been pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, really good so far.
Third and 13 for the Lions. Sanders takes a snap, looks right, has some protection, tries a bubble screen, and he may have thrown that. That might have been intercepted.
It was, and I'm not 100% sure what was going through his mind there. As it looked like he threw into double, maybe triple coverage there, and it's picked off for sure at the Greenville 39-yard line. So give Poteet some good field position here to start them off.
Well, that's 3 turnovers created by that Pirate defense. So The defensive coaches for Poteet got to be pretty happy right now.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I would be if I were them.
I don't think anybody on the far sideline is real happy at this point in the game. All right, first down, Poteet, Greenville 39-yard line. Kevin Joyner, junior quarterback, been doing a great job tonight for Poteet. Hands the ball off to Rose. This time the Lion defense steps up. McEwen's in there, and so is Cody Waldrop.
It's great job there by the Lions after a huge stop there, bring up 2nd and 14, and lots of lines got through the line and got to the running back on the play.
Call that a 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. It's the best defensive play for the Lions all night long. Fakes, Joyner finds his man, and wide open on the far sideline was Josh Reyes.
Yeah, so we'll call it a pickup of about 10 or so. Bring up 3rd and 4.
Kevin Joyner pretty effective through the air tonight, in addition to using his legs for good yardage. Hands off this time, and that's Rose. And Rose is breaking tackles and forcing his way down for another Pirate first down.
And there is a flag on the play, so we'll see what that is and see what's going to happen here. It was kind of near several blockers, but not sure what it was. And it is going to go against Greenville, it looks like.
I don't know.
Personal foul, face mask. Number 8 of the defense.
So Tato Trexler gets hands up on the face mask of the running back, and that's a half the distance penalty. Bring the ball down to the 12-yard line of Greenville. 6:40 remaining here in the first half. Poteet leads 21-0. And off to Davis. Good job by McEwen to grab a hold and prevent Davis from getting beyond the line of scrimmage by more than a couple of yards.
Yeah, so call it a pickup of 1 there. Bring up 2nd and 9 here for the Pirates.
Greenville scrambling around on defense, trying to get set before Joyner calls for the snap. They don't use much of the play clock, I'll tell you that.
No, they don't. They like to move fast.
2 running backs on either side of Joyner. And now he faked to Davis, roading him a while. There's a penalty on the play as Joyner picks up about 6 yards.
Yeah, and obviously we're not 100% sure what it was yet, but it looked like it could have been a face mask penalty, a holding penalty against Poteet.
Yeah, that one's going to go against the Pirates, and probably on that left tackle on that side. That's where they decided to run, and it looked like he had a hold of somebody's shirt. So that moves the ball back to the 21 of the Lions. Down remains the same. Second, we'll call it 1.
Yeah, Matthew said something to me on the way over here that they were going to like to run it off the left side, and I don't think he could have been any more right.
Yeah, the JV was pretty successful doing that. Joyner drops back, under pressure, lets it go, and the pressure forced an errant throw. Good job by Bankston.
It was Jaden Johnson.
First time we've called his name tonight. Jaden Johnson's a pretty good linebacker for the Lions.
Yeah, as he just pretty much leveled the quarterback there as he was getting ready to throw the ball, and we'll take it. Bring up 3rd and 20 here for the Pirates.
Joyner's had reasonably good protection all night with the exception of a couple of times, but that time Johnson was in his face. 3rd and 21 now. Low snap. Joyner looks downfield. This time has good protection. And it's an errant pass over the head of the receiver, so that'll bring up 4th. And looks like maybe Poteet will try a field goal with Reyna.
Yes, they're going to let Rocco Reyna here attempt a field goal. Looks like it's going to be right at about 37 yards or so on the kick.
A fairly long one by high school standards. Raina's got his holder there, Jaden Walker. He's going to spot it at the 28-yard line. So this will be a 38-yard attempt by Raina. It's a low snap. Kick is up, but it's wide left. So no good. The Lions make a stand, and with 5:14 remaining, let's see if the offense can generate something for Greenville.
Yeah, definitely got to get something going here, as the Lions will receive the kick to start the second half, which is good, but they need to get some points on the board here in the first half, that's for sure.
We're going to spot the ball at the 21-yard line, which was the spot.
Yeah, and it looks like the Lions have slotted in Ethan Brand at quarterback, so let him have a few goes at it.
Brand is a junior also, is that correct?
It is.
He was a JV quarterback last year. He hands to Renner. Renner's got some room. He's really got some room. He's at the 50 and bounced out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Poteet.
Yeah, so a huge pickup by Renner there and a great job at flipping the field, as that gives the Lions a much better situation to work with.
There's a penalty on the play, however. And this one looks like it's coming back. Caleb Hale accused of holding. This is the first time I think that I've had a referee mic'd up.
Yeah, we don't see it too terribly often, but it is nice when we do because we're able to hear it a little bit.
Yep. And the guilty party gets identified, so that's a tough one. That's really a tough one. The hold must have taken place about 10 yards down the field. So Hale was trying to lead interference. So the 10-yard penalty actually just brings it back to the original line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Brand hands off this time, not much room for the running back up the middle.
Yeah, so it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Lions after Renner was unable to find a hole there.
4:42 remaining. Lions have a full complement of timeouts. No, only 2 remaining. Clock running, 4:30 remaining. Brand looking over to Cody Clark for the call.
10 seconds left on the play clock.
2nd and long. Renner behind Brand.
Renner moves.
Takes a handoff. Brand finds his man, slips a tackle, and skips out of bounds with about a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, so pickup of about, they're going to call it 3, bring up 3rd and 7 here for the Lions.
Going to have to get something downfield, a little stop pattern or down and out, something to advance the ball further down the field. These little flat passes are being covered very nicely by the Pirate defensive backs.
So we got a receiver split out right as well as a receiver split out left.
3rd and 7, Greenville. Takes a handoff. Looking downfield, and again, quarterback and receiver not necessarily in the same area or on the same page. Looking for Washington and kind of threw it behind him.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up 4th and 7 here for the Lions as we see the punting unit come on the field. Reagan Goggins standing at his own 11-yard line, getting ready to kick this one away.
Lion offense just unable to get out of, get untracked. Like they're in quicksand down there tonight.
Yeah, great way to put it.
Ooh, almost blocked, but Goggins gets another good kick away and a nice fair catch.
It'll be caught at the Poteet 48-yard line. And they'll get ready to start us off here.
No fumble that time by Reyes.
1st and 10 from Poteet's 48 as Greenville's defense is on the field and ready to go as we wait for Poteet to get their play.
They've been on the field a lot again.
They have.
Seems like we've talked about that all season long. They've been chasing the guys in the green shirts around all night long in the first half.
Yeah, definitely more than you'd like to see, that's for sure.
Poteet has 3:52 and a full complement of timeouts to work, starting at their own 47-yard line. Joyner drops back, looks right, as the receiver slips down, and the ball falls harmlessly to the turf.
Yeah, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10 here. Greenville looks to make something happen here on defense.
Then about the passing game, Bentley. It doesn't use very much time if you have an incomplete pass.
That is true. That is true.
Every
Or
time
if
you get a first down, it stops the clock, too.
yeah, and if you complete one close to the edge and get pushed out of bounds, that doesn't stop it. That stops the clock too.
This time a handoff and lots of room up the middle for Davis. Davis breaks a tackle. He's down to the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Pirates.
Yeah, so he was able to beat Trexel there, and there was nobody else back there, and he managed to get all the way into the end zone. Poteet brings on Rocco Reyna to kick the extra point and try to make it 28-0.
I'm kind of in shock. I just didn't expect there would be some kind of domination between these two teams. I thought it would be evenly matched, and Poteet has come out and just taken it to the Lions.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. As the extra point's up and good, makes it Poteet 28, Greenville 0.
Four touchdowns, 2 on defense, 2 by the offense. And I'll tell you what, Dylan Davis, pretty impressive running back.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He virtually ran that one until he got to about the 2-yard line. He was untouched.
Yeah, he was, and by the time he got to the 2-yard line, they got to him, but it was too late as he was stumbling into the end zone already.
We have a big scoreboard here, electronic scoreboard, and it looks like they're featuring the Christmas run benefiting the Mesquite ISD teachers.
They call it the Amazing Santa Color 5K. Benefits, like you said, teachers and students, and it looks like it takes place at Town East Mall. It's pretty neat.
They also have a big bicycle ride in Mesquite as well. Not this time of year, but
Have you participated in it?
I have not, but many of my friends have, and they like it.
Well, that's good.
I think they generally marshal up somewhere around the rodeo.
Yeah, probably. It's a good rodeo they got there, too.
Very good rodeo. And this is right around the corner from where we are right now.
It is.
Here comes the kick from Reyna. Poteet scored in 18 seconds that time as Reyna's kick goes in and out of the end zone. So it'll set up the Lions at the 25-yard line.
Yes, the Lions will be looking at a 1st and 10 from the 25 with just about 3.5 minutes left to go here in this first half.
This has got to be somewhat demoralizing for the Greenville squad. They had to come into this game thinking that they had a decent chance to win this one.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, and coming in, I think they did too, and so they're going to have to talk something over and get something changed in halftime if they want a shot at coming in the second half and doing anything in this game.
Kind of a double wing formation with the running back stacked behind the quarterback. Rand tries to get it downfield, but he was under pressure and knocked down and falls incomplete.
It's a 2nd and 10 here for the Lions. And that's been the kind of the story of tonight's game, be it Sanders or Brand back there. They're just under pressure like that pretty much immediately, and so it's hard to do much when you're under pressure immediately.
That was a single pattern that time with Whitus down on a crossing pattern. Brand unable to find him due to the pressure. 2nd and 10.
Two receivers to the right.
Handoff this time, and nothing doing off the left side.
And that was Abram taking the handoff, and it's going to be a loss of 1. Bring up 3rd and 11 here. And Poteet calls a timeout.
Yeah, they're wanting to put more points on the board, add to the 28, and they still have 2 timeouts. And it'll be 3rd down.
And we're going to take a break with them, and we'll be back after this word from GEUS.
Introducing the new, better, fast GEUS commercial internet, the ultimate accelerator for your success. With speeds up to 500 megabytes, your productivity will soar to new heights. Power up your operations with GEUS's reliable and hometown service. Join the future of businesses' connectivity with GEUS's commercial internet. Visit our website at www.geus.org or call 903-457-2800 to supercharge your connection.
This GEUS broadcast is live streamed on YouTube, Greenville Athletics, and I'm Bob Muty alongside Bentley Love, and we're responsible for telling you what's going on down on the field here at Mesquite Memorial, and so far in this first half hadn't been very favorable for the Lions. They have 3rd and 11. Brand takes a snap, rolls to his right, and overshoots his receiver. So that'll bring up a punting situation. He was looking for Abram, I believe.
I believe you're right. So, yeah, 4th and 11 as Goggins and his punting unit come on the field.
Well, Goggins has had a good night.
He has. He's had several really good punts for good yardage. And a few plays on defense, too.
Yeah, broke up one pass earlier where we thought he might have been called for interference. So not much time went off the clock. High snap, Goggins in trouble. He just barely gets the kick away before he's thrown down to the ground, and it's going to be a short kick. Not Goggins' fault. That was a result of a high snap and very little blocking up front.
Yeah, by the time he had to jump up and get that one, by the time he got it, there was defenders all around him, and not much he could do there.
Now, if you're a Greenville defender, you have really got to buckle up and try to keep the Pirates out of the end zone and off the scoreboard.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
To be down 28-0 to a team that you thought maybe you could win or beat, it's got to be a shocker. Kevin Joyner, junior quarterback, takes a snap, hands to Davis. Davis is running behind a multitude of green-shirted offensive linemen, and that would look like a rugby scrum.
Yeah, so there's a penalty.
So about a 9-yard pickup by Davis. Let's see what the call is. Dumas thinks possibly there was a holding call on there.
We'll see what it is.
After the play, unnecessary roughness, number 4 of the defense, after this is pretty ball.
Paul's going more against Dumas, so there must have been some extracurricular activity after the play between Dumas and the wide receiver.
And that helps Poteet out a lot as they've got 13 yards to go to the end zone here with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half.
2 running backs on either side. There's Davis again. And Davis has good yardage off left tackle.
You know, when I was looking on Max Preps before this game, trying to figure out who Poteet's big hitters were, I didn't really see hardly anything about Davis, but he's been going crazy today for sure.
Yeah, we haven't seen Aaron Tinsley. We were told he was a stud back, but he hasn't been on the field. Davis has, and there he goes again. This time the Lions grabbing, but he gets 3 yards.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 here to go from the 10-yard line. Excuse me, from the 5-yard line.
Clock's down to 2:10 and ticking, but Poteet's got plenty of time. They still have 2 timeouts on the scoreboard. 2 running backs on either side of Joyner, Rose and Davis. This time Rose gets it, and he's buried. Cody Waldrop was amongst two other guys to bury that one. And going to force a 4th down, and here comes Reyna on for yet another field goal attempt.
Yeah, and Cody Waldrop was assisted by number 23, Jaden Johnson, as well as number 66, Makai McEwen on that tackle there.
Now that was a good defensive play right there.
It was indeed.
And the Lions needed it. However, Rocco Reyna has a chance to add to this 28-point lead out of the hold of Jaden Walker. And there's a penalty. That might be a delay or maybe some pre-snap movement.
Looked like they still had a couple seconds left, so probably pre-snap movement.
And the Poteet's pointing to the
On the defense, disconcerting signal.
looked like the Lions might have been trying to call signals. Wow, you don't see that very often.
No, you don't. So that'll bring up 4th and 1 here, as it looks like they're going to bring their offense back on the field here and see what they can do with a tick over a minute left.
No, apparently they've decided not to. They're going to go ahead and let Reyna try it, so they're giving him no. He probably doesn't get. Now they're going to talk about it. I think Coach McLean just somebody said, "Hey, Coach, you got 4th and 1."
You got 57 seconds to work
Yeah.
with and a couple timeouts. Let's see what we can draw up here.
Let's steer this message from GEUS as Matthew cues it up. Very nearly halftime at Mesquite Memorial. Bob Muty, Bentley Love, and Matthew Middleton at the controls. With 57 seconds remaining in the first half, Mesquite's Poteet Pirates have a 28-0 lead over Greenville, and they're setting up for a 4th and 1 at the Greenville 4-yard line. Tight formation, almost looks like a tush push here.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Big quarterback in the game is number 13. That's exactly what they're doing. But the Greenville defense looked like it did pretty well. That was Gavin Barcelo in their quarterback.
He managed to squirt out around the left side and get into the end zone.
I thought they'd have blown that one dead.
I did too, but I glanced down to see who the guy was and looked up, and he was dancing into the end zone.
For those of you who watch the Philadelphia Eagles on 4th and short, they do what they call the tush push, where the quarterback just goes forward on the sneak, and everybody behind him pushes, and that's what Barcelo did. He got pushed into the end zone for a Poteet touchdown.
Yeah, as we see Rocco Reyna kick is up.
Almost blocked
And
by Hamilton.
They're calling it no good. So the score will sit at 34-0 going into halftime.
Good pressure by Jamorian Hamilton might have forced that wayward kick. 34-0 Poteet over Greenville. Tough one to swallow, Benton.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. So, but Greenville's getting ready to come back out here and receive the kick with 45 seconds left in this first half.
The way things have gone so far with a sluggish offense, you almost wonder whether or not Coach Collins will just be satisfied to take a knee and get to the locker room where it's safe.
Yeah, he may be. I mean, only time will tell.
The other alternative is you just try to open it up and get somebody on a deep one.
Yeah, and I can see him doing that too, but who knows?
Greenville did a lot of that last year with Adrian Payton. Of course, Payton hasn't made an appearance this year. his absence has clearly left a void from a talent standpoint on this Greenville roster.
Yeah, definitely.
Reyna will kick, ball spotted at his 40. Whitus and Hale at their 10. It's a deep kick. Backing up is Whitus. He takes it at the 4. Up to the 10, the 20. Has some room. And Whitus is brought down. Good tackle there. Good solid tackle at the 28-yard line.
And so good pickup there for Whitus as the Lions are going to start this drive at the 28-yard line and 36 seconds left on the clock.
Been a long first half for the Lions. They've surrendered 2 defensive touchdowns, one on a interception return for a pick 6, and one on a fumble recovery in the end zone. And then the 3 touchdowns from the offense. Very efficient offense, I might add, for Poteet.
Yeah, and we see Bryson Sanders come back out at quarterback.
Hands to Renner. Renner breaks a tackle, and in his effort to get more yardage, ends up losing about 4.
So bring up second and I'm going to call it 12 here with 20 seconds left on the clock. Don't know that we'll see the Lions run another play here.
Not much to be gained, I wouldn't think, for the Lions.
I wouldn't think so either, and they don't have to.
I think offensive coordinator Coach Cody Clark has decided enough is enough. Let's get these guys into the locker room. And that's the end of the half. Poteet 34, Greenville 0. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to talk with David Claiborne at halftime here as the bands perform. But right now, we'll take a break and listen to this message from GEUS.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greenville High School is proud to present the oldest drill team in the world, the Flaming Flashes. The Flaming Flashes led onto the court, filled by our 2024-2025 dance officers from left to right. Major Abigail Salas, Major Adriana Rios, Lieutenant Colonel T.J. Mathis, Colonel Jillian Sherrill, Lieutenant Colonel Risa Gutierrez, Major Skylar Castaneda, and Major Sophia Duran. Social officers for Flaming Flashes are Chelsea Areola, Veronica Ibarra, Brianna Jimenez, Allison Nicholas, and lead Miranda Nahara. Flashers Week are Emma Hole and Jalissa Ibarra. The Flashes will now perform a strong military to Painted Black. The Flashes would like to dedicate this performance to their GHS staff instructor, Ms. Linsky. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flaming Flashes. The Flashes under the direction of Anna Strickland and Letitia Baird. Now performing is Greenville High School's award-winning Lion Pride Band. The Lion Pride Band is in its 94th year, is under the direction of Head Director Dr. Matt Omby, Assistant Director Luke Daly, and Percussion Director John Grant. Color guard instruction by A.J. Pont, drill design by Stephen Cross. Drum majors are Ayanara Escobar, Angelico Caderilla, and Mariana Ochoa. The Lion Pride Band is proudly sponsored by Alliance Bank, Buttercup Alley, Fuller's Nursery, Greenville Masonite, and loving memory of Carlo Conover, McDonald's, the Raffle Clinic, Select Sod, and Stone Supply. Sunshine Window Tint, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, the Texan Theater, UAW Local 967, Greenville, Texas, Yepes Signature Landscape. Our section of the week is the trombones. Please enjoy this year's Lion Pride marching production, Full Throttle.
good. All right, welcome back here to Mesquite Memorial Stadium, where I'm here with David Claiborne, and we are going to talk some halftime stats. Mr. Claiborne, how are you?
I'm all right.
Well, I'm doing okay, and it's been a little bit of a rough half of football, but what do you have for us in the way of stats?
Well, it's a lopsided in the Pirates' direction, and it's homecoming, so they're happy. And the Lions have homecoming coming up, so maybe they can figure out a way to play well. They used to always play well in homecoming. I think homecoming brings out the best in most teams. I've seen this through the years. So
I think you're probably right. I mean, nobody wants to get beat on their own homecoming. So, I mean, because
there were a couple seasons where Greenville Lions, the only win they had was on homecoming.
You're exactly
right.
Yeah,
they had a real good homecoming record there for a while. So this is kind of be expected that you're going to see their best. The Greenville Lions need to step it up. First half, I got the Pirates with 225 total yards. Greenville Lions only 69. The Pirates at 182 yards rushing, Greenville 54, 43 yards passing for Mesquite Poteet. Greenville only 15 yards, 3 of 9 passing, 2 interceptions. Mesquite Poteet, 3 of 10 passing. The guy that's caught my attention was number 11, Montreal Hodge, the defender for Poteet. He's the one that had that 62-yard interception return. He's the one that recovered that fumble when it got booted around and recovered in the end zone, and he had another pick. So he's stepped up on defense. Lions need somebody to step up on defense because, just like last week, they're having trouble stopping anybody. Offensive-wise, Daniel Renner got him 37 yards on 9 carries. Chris Whitus, 15 yards on 5 carries. Tristan Abram, he's 23 yards on 4 carries. I like Tristan running the football. And, passing wise, need a quarterback with had much yardage. White said 2 catches for looks like 10 yards. That's Lions. Again need to work on their punting game. They had a short punt again, and they been making some penalties, more penalties than they usually make.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and they've had, and a lot of their penalties have been, I don't know if this is really the right word, but kind of boneheaded penalties, just things that could have easily been avoided.
They just look frustrated out there, and they're hitting a little late, and when it's not going well, you see mistakes like that. But they're trying. But what the blessing for the Greenville Lions is next week is an open date, and if I've ever seen teams ready for an open date, this one is. And that's there'll be a chance to regroup and practice hard, and maybe some guys will heal up and they can do better after a break. We all need a break sometime.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I'm hoping they're able to take full advantage of that break, like you said, that they've got coming up, and because, like you said, they definitely need it, and that can really be the way to change how a season's going is if you get that break, you kind of recuperate and get ready for the second half of the season.
I know Mount Pleasant through the years, they used to schedule really tough non-district teams, and they'd start out 0-5 and then win 8 in a row. It can be done. It can be done. But, they've got to fix it. There's some problems over there, and they've got a lot to work on, a lot to fix. Well, they'll have 2 weeks to get ready for the next game, and then they need to get the most out of those practices and just go back to fundamentals and got to tackle better and execute better. And still work on the mental discipline and not make some of the mistakes they're making.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And talking about the teams that can teams being able to turn it around, we saw Midlothian Heritage started the year 0-3 and then came out and did what they did last week. So you can definitely turn a season around. You just gotta stay focused and I mean one of the biggest things for the Lions is, like you said, all the injuries. So hopefully they'll have several players back after having the off week coming up.
I saw one of the trainers go down. I hope she's okay. They ran over there by the medical tent, and it's kind of rough on the Greenville sidelines right now.
Yeah, it's a war zone over there. Yeah, I saw somebody go down. I wasn't sure who it was, but it was a trainer though. So I hope she's all right.
Yeah, and the thing about what we're seeing, the Lions hit hard. These opponents they're playing are playing hard.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, they're coming out here and they're playing to win, which
they're playing to win.
Only way to play.
The problem is when your program's down like the Lions, everybody's gearing up for you because they think, well, we got this one, and they're coming, they're going to bring it. These Lions are kind of backing off a little bit, and they need to step up and bring it back.
Yeah, they got to stay aggressive. That's
aggressive.
The key. Because I mean, you when you're down as big as they have been in some settings, and then you don't stay aggressive, you keep falling deeper and deeper into that hole.
And then what happens with teams like this when a couple of mistakes are made? It's a here we go again thing, and I like to see it turned around. Well, we're not going to do that anymore, and instead of here we go again. And this team, it just looks like they need an open date.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And hopefully they'll be able to kind of recuperate and clear their heads and be in a much better mental position.
I got to say this about Poteet. Poteet used to be a solid program. Last year they didn't win a game and they started out 0-4. But this is kind of performance I expected from Poteet through the years. And I'm surprised and like, where's this been? Maybe they're regrouping.
Yeah.
Because the Poteet in Greenville used to, it didn't matter what sport, they were playing for district championships and playoffs and all kinds of stuff. And, this was an interesting rivalry through the years. And, it's like Poteet has renewed the rivalry and the Lions didn't show up.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. Because, I mean, this team out here that we've seen so far tonight does not look like an 0-4 team by any means. They've looked fantastic.
But the team to beat to me, and I haven't seen the score, well, they're playing, I guess, Friday night. Midlothian Heritage to me is the team to beat.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they were solid last week. And I've seen state-ranked teams through the years, and they look state-ranked now. They lost to Stephenville. They lost to Texas High. We know how Texas High has been through the years, and Stephenville, they're always good. So sometimes, it depends on who you're playing. I want to give an example. Wolf City right now, they're playing in one of the toughest 2A schedules. They played Collinsville last week. They're playing defending state champions Timpson this week. Sometimes your record isn't everything. Who are you playing?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And I mean, that's something because you can see the best teams, but there's always going to be somebody that's a little bit better. And you run into a team like that, and it's going to make you kind of think a little bit differently about your season, but you got to make sure you turn that around and don't let it get in your head.
Something I've done that I'm real proud of is I've done an all-opponent team that the Greenville Lions have played through. People got to realize that week in, week out, the Greenville Lions see top-quality opponents. And there's guys that have been playing in the NFL, and they won Heisman trophies and made all-pro that played against the Lions through the years, like Earl Campbell, Doak Walker, Davey O'Brien, Danielle Manning from Corsicana played for the Texans. Ronald Jones II, he was playing for the Cowboys. Well, he played at McKinney North against them. Every week, and then there's two guys from Melissa. One is playing at OU, one is playing at Texas. They're a real good football player. There's a reason sometimes that the record may not be as good as you want. Is who are you playing?
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. That's definitely true.
In this Northeast Texas area, they did a circle of all the teams that won the state championship, and all within 100 miles except for like 2 teams in the state. So everybody in this part of the state is playing really good football teams.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And Greenville Lions, if they went south and played some of those teams, they'd do a lot better.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, well, Mr. Claiborne, do you have anything else for us?
That's about it. Hopefully Lions get through the second half, don't lose anybody, and maybe get some moral victories and just try to go in, regroup. The deal is if they can't turn it around, they're only 0-2 in district play. There's still a lot of district games left. No reason to give up. But this next week, they need to regroup.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Well, Mr. Claiborne, I appreciate you coming up here and talking with us and everything. It's always good talking to you. So we're going to take a break here and listen to this message from GEUS, and then we'll be back here shortly with the second half.
direction of Tish Downs, Steve Cap, Benjamin Brown, Christian Selma, James Thomas, Jose Malone, and Miranda Fay. Drum majors for the Pirate Band are Allison Perry, Madeline Cap, and Deanna Rangel. Color guard captains are Nakaya Wade and Madison Morris. The drum captain is Sophia Vidal. The Pirate Band would like to wish the Lion Pride Band a great season. Ladies and gentlemen, the Poteet Pirate Band.
Where's Chain yet? They sounded great. You gotta clean up their new formations. Other than that, the sound is awesome.
They kind of walked me just like I didn't get to see them last weekend. We didn't make it, and so.
The Varsity Bells are under the leadership of the dance officers. Junior Lieutenant Lila Yao. Senior Lieutenant Alize Salinas. First Lieutenant J.O. Brown. And the Captain, Faith Whitcomb. The Social Committee is line leader Bernicia Hu. Historian Alexia Ochoa. Vice President Natalia Valdespino. And President Addison Loria. JV drill instructor is Carmela Reyes Boyd. Head JV drill instructor is Siandra Lester White. The Bell of the Week is Kai M. The Spirit Bell of the Week, Isabella Murray. And the JV Drill of the Week, Catherine Romero. Tonight for homecoming, the Bells and JV Drill team will be joined by our Varsity Bell alumni as they perform a jazz kick routine to You Really Got Me. The Bells would like to dedicate tonight's performance to all Bell alumni in celebration of our 35th anniversary. Once a Bell, always a Bell.
Bob Muty and Bentley Love, along with Matthew Middleton at the controls, back here at Mesquite Memorial Stadium, where the Greenville Lions are up against a very staunch Poteet Pirate football team, Bentley. Something that kind of surprised us, and I think it's kind of surprised the coaching staff just a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. No, I don't think anybody expected this game to be this score coming in. I think everybody was expecting a pretty even match tonight, but that couldn't be further from the thing we've gotten so far.
Yeah, absolutely. 34-0 is Poteet's lead. Greenville will receive the second half kickoff. Reyna is kicking from our left to our right. It's a deep kick. Going to be taken by Whitus at about the 8-yard line. He's up the far side, has some room. Now he's loose. He's up near the 50 and run down in the territory of the Lions.
There is a flag back at about the 25-yard line, though, so we'll see. That may be coming back.
Every time we get something going good, we have a problem.
Yeah.
That was a nice return by the sophomore wide receiver.
Yeah, and it is a holding penalty against the Lions and a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so that's going to be coming way back.
He said number 13, I think is what he said. That would be Dadrian Payton. I doubt seriously if he's on the field for a kick return and not being one of the returners.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, and it's interesting because there's no 13 on this roster, but I think I may have heard that too. So it's going to spot the ball at the 16-yard line for the Lions as they're going to get it started here. We do see Bryson Sanders back in at quarterback. Sanders hands the ball off to his running back. That's Renner. He gets all the way up to about the 25-yard line there for a pickup of about 9.
Yeah, really nice hole that time created by Davenport and the replacement for Braden Maps, whose number we'll get here in just a minute.
So we see Sanders standing at his 20, getting ready to take the snap. He's looking over to the sideline, getting his play from his coaches. 18 seconds left on the clock.
Tried to read that number on that guard down there, and I'm in a little trouble.
Yeah, me too. Sanders has got, and it looks like it's going to be a delay of game penalty on the Lions, unless they called a timeout before, which is not what you want to be using this early. They did get the timeout off, but definitely don't want to have to use one in the first minute of the half.
We do note that Braden Maps is back in the game. That gentleman was injured early in the game, and we thought possibly it might have been serious, but Braden is back in the game at his right guard spot, and that was Osornio and Davenport that opened that big hole for the running back on that last play.
Yeah, and that's good to see Maps back in because he's a key part of this offensive line, and you definitely don't want to be missing somebody like that.
So good to see 2nd and 1 instead of 2nd and long, for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So they talk it over and come back out to the field. Lots of linemen stacked up on the left side as Sanders gets ready to take the snap. 2 wide receivers split right. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Renner. Renner goes left and is lit up and pushed way back for a loss.
It was a really good hit that time defensively by a gentleman who's, I guess that was Chris Mansoray on the tackle.
Yeah, I think you're right. Excuse me, folks. He was able to get up and get the first down, so that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Lions here from the 27-yard line. Receivers split out each direction. Sanders looking at his coaches. Gets ready to take the snap. 9 seconds left. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Renner, and
Fumble.
Renner coughs it up. We'll see who jumped on it. It looks like it may be a Poteet ball.
Yeah, that ball was just stripped out of Renner's hands. A blitzing linebacker that time, Evandre Wright, who's been a big part of this Poteet defense. And he met Renner before he even had a chance to get underway.
Yeah, Renner pretty much hit him as he was catching the ball, and it was enough to knock it loose, and Poteet was able to jump on it. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for Poteet from the Greenville 27-yard line, as they've got great field position here to start this second half.
Been very impressed with that defensive line of Poteet tonight. They're very aggressive, busting into the backfield, meeting our running backs before they even get a chance to get underway.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Joyner hands it off to his running back. Running back goes to the left, gets around for a first down before being taken down. And we've seen them go left quite often tonight.
Yeah, they like running off left tackle, and one of the things about the Greenville's defense, they're tackling. They're very frequently just hanging on for dear life and being drugged for yardage.
Yeah, definitely. Joyner hands it off to his running back, but there is a flag on the play, and the play is blown dead. It's going to be...
It's a penalty against Poteet. It's a free snap penalty. That'll cost them 5 yards.
It's a false start on the sophomore lineman, number 52, Anthony Barkins. It'll bring him back, like Bob said, 5 yards. Bring up 1st and 15 here for the Pirates. And Greenville will take any bit they can get.
Yeah, it's good to have a better opportunity to maybe get a turnover on downs here by the defense. There's a blitz in there by Waldrop.
And Joyner kept it himself and was able to beat the couple defenders and get all the way down to, it looked like, right at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, when you blitz in there, you give yourself up, and that's where that linebacker would have been had he not blitzed. He'd have been out there and maybe been able to make the play.
Yeah, so to bring up 2nd and 3 here for the Pirates, as Joyner takes the snap, hands it to his running back. Running back gets around and dives in, but it looks like they're going to call him down at maybe the 1 or 2 yard line. That was number 23, Dylan Davis, on the carry.
Yeah, Jaden Johnson made a diving attempt to bring Davis down in the backfield, but when he grasped for the ankles, he missed him.
So the Pirates are on the 1 yard line, set up for, as Bob said earlier, the tush push, play modernized by the Eagles. And
apparently, Greenville stopped them at least temporarily.
Yep.
Of course, that was a first down play, so they've got more than one opportunity to score from inside the 1 yard line.
Yeah, and a lineman loses his hat, so he'll be coming off for the play. It's number 61, Matthew Latimer.
They decide maybe the tush push is not the opportunity that they were looking for, not the play, so back in the normal formation.
Yeah, I think you're right. 2 receivers split right, 1 left. Joyner takes the snap, keeps it himself, tries to get around the edge, but is quickly met by several defensive players for the Lions.
Yeah, Jamorian Hamilton really sniffed that one out and made a great play. And he's trying to fire up the team there by showing a little enthusiasm after making that tackle for loss.
Yeah, and in addition to Hamilton, number 15, Jeremiah Brown was in on the tackle. So to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4 yard line.
Maybe they should have gone back to the tush push.
They might should have. Wouldn't have been near as much room for somebody to get spun back like that.
Didn't get a fake out of Joyner that time, and that might have made a difference.
Joyner takes the snap. It's a low snap. He's throwing. He's got his man in the end zone, and the ball's going to come out to be incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down here as the Lions defense stands strong.
It looked like a good enough throw, a catchable ball, but the receiver at the back of the end zone went up for it and just couldn't bring it in. That might have been Jaden Walker back there. Now he'll get the hold for the extra point.
Yeah,
or the field goal attempt.
I think you're right. We see Rocco Reyna on for the field goal. It'll be a 22-yard kick. Reyna's kick is up, and it's good. Make the score 37. Pirates 37, Lions 0.
That's Pittsburgh Pirates. We know about them. We're going to keep it right here. The Lions offense turns the ball over. That's turnover number 4, if I'm not mistaken, by the Lion offense.
I believe you're right.
2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. So it's been a dismal night for the Lion offense, and we can't say a whole lot more for the Greenville defense, as Poteet's offense has been very effective.
Yeah, they have been. They've been fantastic thus far. Most in the 37-0 score so far.
We have a really neat scoreboard here at Mesquite Memorial, and they have the helmets for the 2 teams. Of course, they have a red helmet for us with a big Georgia G, or the Greenville G, and then the Poteet with the number 19. I don't know what that significance 19 has, but
yeah, I think it's probably just a number they put up there because I think they all have numbers on the side of their helmets. They just chose 19. Me personally, I would have chose 24 because it's 2024.
There you go.
So the Lions send 2 guys back deep to return, standing at their 15-yard line. I believe that's Chris Whitus as well as Caleb Hale. Rocco Reyna gets ready for the kick.
Whitus has been pretty effective with returns if we can stay away from the penalties.
Yeah, he has.
Hop-over kick this time.
And that was number 22, Damian Bankston, catching that one. So it'll set the Lions up right at about their own 28-yard line, 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
We've seen 2 different quarterbacks tonight. Ethan Brand relieved Sanders at one point. He was not able to get his passing game going, as probably is what Coach Collins was hoping for. So Sanders is still in the ballgame.
So Sanders with 2 running backs in the backfield as well as an H-back. Wide receivers split out each direction. Hands it off to Renner. Renner finds him a little bit of a hole, fighting for some extra yardage, and gets up to about the 33-yard line or so.
Yeah, good job by Mario Valentine of really clearing out the defense that time.
Yeah, so they're going to call it the 34, bring up 2nd and 4 here for the Lions. Sanders looking to his sideline, getting a play.
Using those big flashcards over there.
I don't know what they mean, but they're easy for us to see, so they got to be easy for him to see. Sanders puts a man in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, finds a little bit of a hole, and gets up for what looks to be a 1st down there.
It was a good, strong run by Sanders that time to get the 1st down.
Yeah, a great play as he committed to it and was able to make something happen with it. So bring up 1st and 10 here for the Lions from their own 39-yard line.
Greenville's offense at times has been able to put 1st downs on the board, but they just can't get a sustained drive.
As Sanders puts a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to Renner. Renner's got some space to run. He's getting stopped, but not before he picks up the 1st down. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 again for the Lions here from the, looks like they're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line.
Greg Washington from the H-back spot was the leading runner on that run. Nice job by Greg.
A great play there. Sanders joined in the backfield by number 0, Daniel Renner, and number 5, Chris Whitus. It's got number 11, Noah Davenport, split out right, and number 2, Caleb Hale, split out left. Sanders takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Renner, keeps it himself. He's got a little bit of space, runs over one defender, but is taken down after picking up a first down.
Yeah, Sanders running with some gumption there. Nice run by the quarterback, junior quarterback.
Yeah, great play overall. So 1st and 10 from the Poteet Pirates 40 as the Lions 39 as the Lions officially flip the field there. Sanders talking it over with his lineman. Takes the snap, hands it off to Renner. And Renner is brought down, looks like for a loss of about 1 or 2 on the play.
That's a good form tackle that time on Renner. He just wrapped his legs up, and there was no way for Renner to get away.
Yeah, definitely a good play there by the Pirates.
Jaden Johnson into the backfield for the first time tonight.
So we'll see what they get going here with Johnson in the backfield. Is when he gets the ball and gets going, he's real hard to take down. The Lions are looking at a 2nd and 11 situation. Sanders drops back, rolls to his right. Got some room. He decides to throw it, and he gets that out to his receiver. That's number 2, Caleb Hale.
He was very close to being beyond the line of scrimmage when he let that one go. He had room to run, but he found his man, and that's going to be close to moving the chains.
Yeah, I honestly thought he was gonna run it. So, but he didn't. He didn't. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 here for the Lions.
You know, it's interesting that Sanders has to look over at the sideline and then run along his line and tell everybody what to do. I don't remember Rodriguez doing that.
And so Renner gets the ball. Or no, excuse me. That's Johnson gets the ball, breaks through for a first down, and gets to about the 27-yard line or so.
And the Lions do have a sustained drive here. Let's see if they can punch it into the end zone and put some points on the board.
That would be great. Sanders takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and is quickly swallowed up by the Pirates defense.
I'm not sure, but that wasn't a broken play.
I think it may have been.
Yeah, Sanders was just kind of left with, hey, I got the ball. Where is everybody?
He's left high and dry, nobody to give the ball to, and lots of defenders all around him.
Lots of guys in green shirts showed up when you least expect it.
They showed up to a party they weren't invited to.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
2nd and 13 for the Lions. 2 running backs and an H-back. Sanders takes the snap. He's dropped back. He's got his man, and that's Jamorion Hamilton, it looks like, as he's going to get all the way down to maybe the 3-yard line before being forced out of bounds.
That was very nearly intercepted. The DB made an attempt and missed on the interception, and once that ball got passed to the receiver, he could run right down the sidelines, almost to the goal line.
Yeah, very dangerous play, that's for sure. Hamilton takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. I believe that's Abram. No, excuse me, Jaden Johnson. Gets all the way down to about the 2.
Yeah, Johnson doing double duty from his linebacker spot on defense. Now he's at running back and having a positive effect on the offense.
Yeah, that was something last year. Greg Washington seemed to get most of the snaps on offense, but Jaden Johnson, when he got in there, he was really effective last season. Sanders hands it off to Johnson, and Johnson dances it in for a touchdown. So that brings Greenville's first touchdown of the night.
And I think Johnson had the first touchdown of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he did
A
too.
rushing touchdown. So Jaden Johnson does in fact provide a spark for the Greenville offense, and it's they're setting up for their 7th point, and this is Rojas for the attempt.
And it's Brand Holden. It's a high snap. Brand rolls out right. He's got a lot of room. He throws it, and it's broken play after the high snap. But there is a flag on the play, so we'll see what that is.
That's what we used to call the fire drill, when it's a bad snap, and the holder has to try to make something happen, and he calls fire, and that tells the receivers that they need to go out and run a little out pattern. But Brand couldn't find anybody on that play.
Yeah. So it was offsides on the defense. They called it a half distance to the goal line as the Lions decide to trot the offense out here and see what they can do. See if they can get 2 on here to tack on.
Yeah, moved a yard closer to the end zone, so not a whole lot to lose. Scores 37-6, so a chance to make it 37-8. Sanders can punch one in there.
Puts Whitus in motion. Sanders takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, and that is Jaden Johnson, who dances in for what looks to be good for a 2-point conversion.
And that was pure effort on the part of Jaden Johnson. He made that happen. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he was not to be denied.
You're exactly right. Definitely a hustle play by the senior running back and linebacker. Something great, something we love to see, and something we need to see a lot more of.
Well, it's certainly a change from the first half when the Lion offense really couldn't get anything going. This time they get a sustained drive after the fumble on the first drive by Renner, and they convert it.
Yeah, great play, great series of plays, and great overall drive.
It's about a 72-yarder, if I'm not mistaken, to be starting around the 28.
I believe you're right. I think they started right at the 28.
And Jaden Johnson did most of the damage for.
He did.
Plus a good pass by Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders and Hamilton's connection there was definitely a big reason for that drive to continue.
And there's another defensive player playing on the offensive side for the second half. Johnson and Jamarian Hamilton, both linebackers on the defense.
Yeah, and they're great in their linebacker positions. And Hamilton is good on offense, but I would really love to see them get Jaden Johnson more involved in the run game.
What about an onside kick? You think that might be in the plan?
I don't know, maybe. But first we got to get the ball set back up because it fell off the tee.
Yeah, Rojas having a little trouble getting that thing set up. So probably not going to be an onside attempt.
Probably not. Talking to either side. Rojas' kick is up. And it's going to drop in there and take a Poteet bounce as number 7, Jaden Walker, jumps on the ball.
Boy, that was interesting. Aiden Lewis, had he been looking at the ball, he could have caught that ball. He didn't know where it was, but Poteet let the ball go, and Aiden Lewis ran right past it.
And that could have been something for
Wow.
sure.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. He was down the field fast, and that thing just dropped about 2 yards behind him.
Yeah. So Poteet will set up at their own 39-yard line to get this drive started.
Would have been a nice way to back up that scoring drive, get that ball right back again.
Joyner takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Rose, who's swallowed up for no gain and a pretty good-sized loss.
Oh, much better defense that time, and a great form tackle by Cody Waldrop from his linebacker spot. That's what linebackers have to do. I mean, if the linemen get held up, that's what the linebackers are there for, make the stop. Waldrop did a great job there.
Yeah, he did. Waldrop's one of those real versatile players. You can throw him on the line, you can throw him as a linebacker, and regardless, he's going to be pretty effective.
Ryan's in their 3-man defensive line.
Joyner takes the snap, drops back, is looking to his right. He's under pressure, finds his man,
penalty on the play. That was a blitz by Jaden Johnson, and it was the perfect call as the Pirates called a screen pass. However, the other Lion defenders were all over it. And now there's a second penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, so we'll see what that is. That was Delarian Rose on the reception, and did you see who took him down? You said Jaden Johnson?
No, Johnson was pressuring the quarterback. He was on the blitz.
So seems like the penalty, or maybe both penalties, were on the offense, and they were both declined, bringing up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, good defensive stand there by the Lions. Let's see if they'll bring that blitz package again. Jaden Johnson making his presence felt on both sides of the ball.
Joyner joined in the backfield by Rose. Joyner takes the snap, drops back, looking to his left. He's got his man downfield, but just overshoots him, as that was number 15, Jeremiah Brown, in coverage for the Lions.
I think that might have been our holder that time, number 7, Jaden Walker.
I think you're right.
Just couldn't reach it. Outstretched arms, just about 1 foot too far. Good throw by Joyner, just a little bit too strong.
And so they'll bring number 43, Brandon Hernandez, onto the field for the Pirates to punt this one away for the second time tonight.
Good stand by that Greenville defense. And there's a block punt.
It's a blocked punt, and it's picked up by Hamilton, and he's going to take that one all the way to the house for a Lions touchdown.
Jamorian Hamilton comes up with another big play. This time on defense as he blocks the punt, picks it up, takes it in.
Scoop and score all on his own. Didn't need any help on that one. That's a big play there by Jamorian Hamilton.
Got a bunch of points here in the last two games. Very nearly got that touchdown on that pass.
Yeah.
So he gets 6 there. He had 2 last week when he returned that blocked extra point. A little life here from the Greenville Lions as they put another touchdown on the board.
And of course they are going to go for 2 here. Sanders talking things over with his offense. I bet they hand it to Jaden Johnson.
Wouldn't be at all surprised. He's the man right now.
And he fakes it, rolls out to his left. He's got Greg Washington, and Washington comes down with that for a 2-point conversion, making the score 37-16.
That was a really good job by Bryson Sanders that time.
It really was, and the Lions are showing a little sign of life here in the second half.
Lots of life.
It's been a tale of 2 halves so far.
Well, and the fact that they're able to get 2 points, 2-point conversions helps.
Okay, and we're going to take a break here from this word from GEUS, and then we'll be back.
I own an electric company.
I own a power plant.
I own an internet provider.
Because I'm the owner, real people answer my calls.
Since I'm the owner, I can walk right in and talk to people face to face.
As an owner, a technician comes to my house to make sure my internet problem is fixed right.
At GEUS, we treat you like you own the place because you do. GEUS, true local ownership.
And welcome back here to Mesquite Memorial Stadium. I'm Bentley Love alongside Bob Muty and Matthew Middleton, as this second half is looking a little different than the first, as Joshua Rojas is getting ready to kick us off here. And it's going to go out of bounds.
Hayden Lewis was looking for that one.
He was watching this time. May have heard you all the way up here.
Well, as it turns out, the Lions, got some points anyway off a defensive play. Jamorian Hamilton, he's quite a player. And he and Jaden Johnson have both stepped up big here in the second half.
They definitely have. So to bring up 1st and 10 here from the 35-yard line for the Pirates.
You know, at the 5A level, it's difficult to play both ways. Very, very few players can do that, and Johnson and Jamorian Hamilton doing it so far in this half.
And there's a penalty on the field.
All of a sudden, the tide seems to have turned, and Poteet's making mistakes now. It's the second time they've had a pre-snap penalty on first down.
Yeah, so false start, bringing up 1st and 15 for the Poteet Pirates. We see Cody Waldrop trying to fire up the defense. Takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Dylan Davis there, who dances around but doesn't pick up anything really. So it'll bring up 2nd and 15 here for the Pirates.
It was interesting. I saw Hamilton just kind of go down to his knees and try to get underneath Davis. All the other Greenville defenders had him up top. So good combination tackle there by the Lions as they gang up on Davis.
Yeah, and sometimes that's how you got to do it when you got a real powerful runner like Davis. It looks like Poteet may just let the time run out here in this third quarter.
Well, that was a quick third quarter.
It really was. It was a very quick third quarter. So that brings the score at the end of the third quarter. Pirates 37, Lions 16. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this word from GEUS.
GEUS trims trees all year long because we want first-rate electric reliability. And you know what that makes? Mulch. Lots of mulch. Mountains of mulch. And if you know someone who needs mulch, just come to 502 Wesley Street to pick it up. You'll have to load it yourself, but you can take as much as you want for free. Because it's just one more way GEUS is delivering hometown service and world-class reliability.
And welcome back here to Mesquite Memorial Stadium. We've got fourth quarter action here for you as the Pirates are set up on their own 31-yard line. Takes the snap, throws it to his receiver. He's got some room. And he gets the first down. That was the Joyner to Marcus Thompson connection there for the Pirates.
Yeah, the DBs just gave Thomas way too much room on that stop pattern and a good delivery by Joyner.
And that's something they got to tighten up, play a little closer, and keep that from happening. Joyner takes the snap, hands it off to Rose. Rose gets to about the 50, maybe 49.
I'll tell you what, this Greenville defense is definitely fired up here in the second half.
And they don't have any choice to be. They can't let up any points, and offense has got to score a bunch quick.
Johnson in on that stop. I think we'll call him JJ. What do you think?
That works for me.
JJ's having a good second half thus far.
Joyner takes the snap, hands it off to Rose. Keeps it himself. Got me faked. Joyner gets up to about the 45 for a pickup of about 4.
And Johnson couldn't hold on that time. He had a chance to bring Joyner down after a pickup of a couple of yards, and Joyner just squirted away from his grasp.
And so it'll bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Pirates.
Might be a little fatigue on Johnson's part.
Yeah, and it's interesting. They take out Joyner and replace him with number 13, Gavin Barcelo.
Yeah, he's the big guy that tried to tush-push in the first half and scored that 5-yard touchdown on a 4th and 1 play.
Yeah, so we'll see what they got going here as he's standing on the 50. Needs 4 yards. Barcelo takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Rose, and Rose is swallowed up for no gain.
Yeah, nothing doing. That's a great job by Armstrong Teeters and Cody Waltrip, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and bring on the punting unit once again.
Yeah, great play. Keep him from getting anything. 4th and 4 as we see number 5, Chris Whitus, go back for Greenville.
That timeout that we called earlier, It could come back to haunt us if we can get back into this game. Yeah. Okay. It's a fake punt. Oh my goodness. Boy, I'll tell you what, Coach McLean just pulled a rabbit out of the hat there, but there is a penalty on the play.
Yeah, so we'll see what that penalty is, but that was a big play there. There's 2 flags on the play. Relatively similar spots on opposite sides of the field. So hopefully for the Lions, that'll be going on Poteet.
Boy, that's a huge break for the Lions, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it is. Bring up 4th and 9 now, and they could still run something like that, but I don't know that I really foresee that happening.
Great call by the Poteet coaching staff, though. Wow.
Yeah. Brandon Hernandez standing at his own 38-yard line, getting ready to kick this one away. Punts up. It's a good one. It's Whitus, takes it at his own 15, dances around a little bit and quickly slips away from the tackle as Whitus is fighting for more yardage and gets almost out to the 35, probably going to call it the 34.
Great effort by the sophomore wide receiver on that punt return. It's interesting that Coach Collins has the confidence in Whitus to let him field those punts. In previous years, many times the Greenville coaching staff would not allow someone to field a punt.
Yeah, and that play looked like it was done at about the 23-yard line, but he's looking good now.
I think maybe some doubts creeping into the minds of the Poteet Pirates as the Lions have caught fire here with 9:03 remaining in this one.
Yeah, quite possible. Sanders standing at his own 31-yard line, looking back at his coaches. Joining the backfield at H-back Greg Washington and Daniel Renner at running back. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Renner. Renner goes up the middle and is quickly swallowed up for no gain.
Just nothing doing that time for Renner.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Lions.
Looks like a referee's timeout for an injury.
Yeah, and that looks to be number 1, Jabari Williams, junior defensive back for Poteet. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this word from GEUS.
Ever wondered why your GEUS bill seems to fluctuate unpredictably?
Why are these bills so high? Are they really reading these meters, or are we just guessing?
Well, here's the deal. Texas weather swings like a pendulum, impacting your energy costs. That thermostat works overtime, but tweaking it just 4 degrees can make a real dent in your bill. And going further by 4 degrees when you're out, even more savings. GEUS reads those meters every month. Your trust matters. GEUS, your community-owned utility provider.
Welcome back here to Mesquite Memorial Stadium as the player walked off the field pretty much under his own power. Sanders standing on his 31-yard line, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Renner, rolls right, makes one guy miss, and gets up for about a gain of 4 before being taken down.
Sanders did a good job keeping his balance that time. He almost lost his footing, but he managed to get up for a positive yardage.
Yeah, so he picked up 4 there, bring up 3rd and 6 here for the Lions.
Thing about the Lions running game, it's chews up the clock, Bentley.
It definitely does, and they are definitely a run-heavy offense without Phoenix Rodriguez.
And they just don't seem to be that, don't have that sense of urgency that you would expect to have being down 21 points.
Exactly. Sanders puts Whitus in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his left. He's got a lot of pressure, and he's taken down for a sack. Going to be a loss of 4 on the play. So it'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Lions.
And that one hurts, and you can admire the opportunity to go for a pass, but you got to protect the quarterback.
Yeah, you got to have better protection than that. You got to give him a little bit more than a couple seconds to find a receiver downfield.
That might have been Wright again on that tackle. He's had quite an impact for defense of the Pirates. The Lions are going to go for it, Bentley.
They are. Sanders standing on his 30. Offensive line loaded up, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back. He's got Whitus downfield, and that's going to be a big call of pass interference, but there's 4 flags on the play, so we'll see what all that's about.
There might be 4 interferences on that one.
It may be, as we see one of those flags gets picked up, and the other 2 get put next to each other, so.
It wasn't really a catchable ball, so that's a real break for the Lions.
Yeah. So a huge pickup for the Lions there. It's 15-yard penalty, pass interference, and an automatic first down. So 1st and 10 here for the Lions from the 50.
Lions have put many first downs on the board here in the second half. That one by penalty, but we'll take them any way we can get them.
We definitely will. That's the truth.
Got to compliment the staff here at Mesquite Memorial. They're checking on us regularly, making sure we stay hydrated and well supplied.
Yeah, definitely fantastic staff up here. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Renner. Renner goes around left. He's got a lot of room and is taken down at the 40 after a pickup of about 10 for another Lions first down.
This time he was following Jamorian Hamilton, who's in the H-back right now. Great job up front by Hamilton.
Yeah. Whitus in motion. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Renner. Renner gets around the edge. He's got some room, but it's tripped up and goes out of bounds at about the 32.
And that'll be a good thing because that'll stop the clock, Bentley.
And they need to stop the clock any way they can without calling timeouts right now.
Yeah, this game is quickly getting away from the Lions.
And they're playing great. It just may be a little too late, but hopefully they can get something going here and get back in this one. Sanders takes the snap, drops back. He's looking for his man. He's got Whitus, but it's unfortunately picked off. And that was number 21, Marion Thomas, picking that off at the 10-yard line as that pass was just a little short and fell right into the hands of the defender.
That's exactly what the free safety's supposed to do, and Thomas was there, and the ball was underthrown. Looking for Whitus. Whitus had some room, but Thomas had a bead watching the quarterback all the way, and that puts a quietus on that drive.
Yeah, if that ball had just a little bit more on it, it would have been in Whitus's hands, and there was nobody between him and the end zone, but unfortunately it was short.
Would have been 6 for sure.
So we see Barcelo stay in the game at quarterback. He takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Rose. And Rose is swallowed up for a loss of 1.
I'll tell you what, the defense is just, I mean, this is like 2 different teams here. That's Teeters again, Armstrong Teeters. Great play. Might have been McEwen in on that play as well from his left end spot.
Yeah, I think you're right. This will be 2nd and 11 here for the Pirates. Barcelo takes the snap, drops back, he rolls to his left. He's got an arm, and he connects for a Pirates first down. And that was number 3, Josh Reyes, I believe, that he connected with.
And Todd Trexel on the tackle, but not before. The Pirates get another first down. Good throw that time by the backup quarterback. Completely different style player is Bartello.
Definitely.
Barcelo, yeah.
Barcelo gets his play from the sideline. Takes the snap. Hands it off, and that play is going to be blown. As I think it may be a false start on the offense. Looked like somebody jumped a little early.
I don't know whether the Pirates have put their second team lineman in or not. I wasn't paying close enough attention to know, but something's definitely happened to where the Greenville defense is controlling the line of scrimmage much better than they did the first half.
Yeah, definitely. So Barcelo, standing at his own 18-yard line, drops back. He's got a lot of pressure, but he's got a man, but is not able to connect with him.
Yeah, good coverage that time by Reagan Goggins, and good pressure on Barcelo by blitzing linebackers and the 3 defensive linemen.
Yeah, and that was Marcus Thomas he was trying to connect with, but unable to. So to bring up third, it says 2nd and 15, but I believe it's 3rd and 15.
Well, there was a penalty, so they got that play over again.
That's true. Barcelo takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, and he's going to be swallowed up for no gain, maybe a loss of 1.
Incredible difference in the efficiency of the Poteet offense here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. So Greenville takes a timeout with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. As they're going to talk it over and figure out what they want to do. As that will bring up 3rd and 15, I believe, for the Pirates.
I was just, I made that comment about the fact that they may have substituted their offensive line, but I'm looking down there and I still see number 76, Rhodey Baker, who's a senior, 6'3", 260-pound tackle. So I don't think they did change their offensive line. This is just an impressive performance by the Greenville defense. So somebody gave them some juice at halftime, I guess.
Yeah, something there. They were ready to go here, and it's a good thing. Just wish we'd seen it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, whatever they gave them in the locker room at halftime, they should have given it to them before the game.
Yeah, definitely. And then maybe giving them a second dosage at halftime.
Yeah, turnovers have played a
grape
big
juice or orange juice or something. Barcelo in the backfield, joined by an H-back and a run back, takes a snap, drops back. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's being chased and is lit up as he throws, and that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, Jamorian Hamilton made Barcelo pay for trying to get that one off. But the big senior quarterback is up. Going to force a punting situation.
And that's what they need.
And that incomplete pass stops the clock, so that's a good thing for the Lions. They trail by 21 points, but they're certainly making an effort to try to close the gap.
Yeah, having somebody like Whitus back to receive, really anything could happen. So it's 4th and 15 as Poteet set up to punt. That's Brandon Hernandez back. Kick is almost blocked. And it's muffed by Whitus, but he's able to get back on it. And he's going to down it at about the 45, as that got real dangerous real quick.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, you got to credit Whitus because he was trying to make something happen.
He was, and I can't fault him because they need everything to happen.
that was a great effort by the sophomore, and to his credit, he wanted to make something happen and try to get a punt return maybe for a touchdown, which would be just what the doctor ordered here.
Yeah. So 4 minutes and 8 seconds left for the Lions. As Matthew says they need to go deep, and I couldn't agree more. They definitely need to go deep or tear off a huge run, something. But I'd like to see him drop back and deliver a real deep ball.
This is where we need that freshman quarterback.
We do. Sanders in the backfield, puts Whitus in motion, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Renner, looking to his left. He's got Damian Bankston down the field. Bankston's got a lot of room to work. He's at the 25-20, 15, 10, 5. And he dives in for a touchdown as there's the giant touchdown pass that Matthew wanted. And that all came with only 11 seconds off the clock.
Oh, good delivery by Sanders and nice reception. in stride by Bankston, and he got a convoy of blockers led by Caleb Hale almost to the end zone, and then from the 5-yard line in, it was old Damian Bankston. He would not be denied.
It was exactly what they needed. So the kick is up, and it's good, making the score Poteet Pirates 37, Greenville Lions 23.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's give Sanders some credit here, Bryson Sanders. That's, you know, his strength is not throwing the ball, but he delivered a good one that time on a crossing pattern. And once Bankston got it, he was not going to be denied.
Yeah, and it was funny. Bankston beat the first 3 or 4 defenders and then kind of got out in some open space. And I think from up here, he almost looked a little surprised that he was able to beat all those guys. And then he took off, and there was nobody there to stop him.
Early in the game, you might remember Hale was called for a hold. He was running down the field with Bankston with his hands up in the air so he wouldn't get called for holding.
He was just having his body out there to deter people, but he was not going to get called for another holding penalty.
I'll tell you what, Bentley, this has been a lot more fun here in the second half than it was in the first half.
It definitely has. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right, gotta be an onside kick attempt here.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to be looking at that. He's definitely lining up for it. Putting all their leapers and flyers on one side. Rojas sets up.
6 guys are all down in the 3-point stance. Poteet's looking for it. There's the kick. Oh, wow. Very nearly successful. I think that was Aiden Lewis again on the far side. He lost his footing as he was trying to reach back and grab that onside kick effort.
Yeah, it looked like that he slid in to try to stop the ball because of the direction it was rolling. And then, you know, football is obviously not perfectly round, so it took a weird bounce and bounced backwards and just out of his reach. And great play there by Lewis, but unfortunately not able to come up with it.
And let's credit Rojas for a good onside kick, and there's a penalty. I think the Greenville coaches might have said something that the referees didn't particularly appreciate.
They're going to call it a penalty for the ball going out of bounds.
Okay, well that makes sense. No problem there from the coaching staff.
So Greenville's got 3 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock as they need 14 points, 2 touchdowns, and 2 extra points. Hands it off to his running back. I believe that was Davis. Davis gets up to about the 40, so a pickup of about 5.
Yeah, Davis has had not anywhere close to the amount of room to run this half that he had in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. So they're going to call it a gain of 4, bring up 2nd and 6.
You wonder how much the effect of Armstrong Teeters being in there at that defensive end spot. He may be the difference maker here, or one of the difference makers.
Yeah, Armstrong Teeters is definitely a beast out there.
He is a big guy, and he's just a sophomore.
Barcelo takes the snap, hands it off, fakes the handoff to Davis, throws to his left. He's got Thomas. Thomas dances around, picks up about 3 yards or so.
And Teeters was over here trying to clean up the play, so from his defensive end spot, he responded to try to help on the tackle.
Greenville's going to take their 3rd and final timeout of the half, and we're going to take a timeout with them after this word from GEUS.
When GEUS first brought high-speed internet to Greenville, the world looked like this. Today, more than 20 years later, the world looks like this. Some things change over time, and some things stay the same. Fast speed, reliability, and hometown customer service. GEUS, delivering high-speed internet to our hometown for more than 20 years.
And welcome back here to Mesquite Memorial Stadium. I'm Bentley Love, working alongside Bob Muty. And Matthew Middleton sitting at the controls. We appreciate y'all coming in, tuning in, and listening to this game today as the Lions are trying to make something happen late here.
He certainly showed some life, and that's something that we were hoping that we would see here in the second half.
He definitely did. We're going to see Barcelo take the snap. He's going to keep it and run it himself. And Armstrong Teeters was on him pretty much immediately, but Barcelo's a big enough guy that he just drugged Teeters with him and picked up the first down.
Yeah, Kevin Joyner, the starting quarterback, looks like he's maybe 5'8", 5'9", maybe weighs 160 pounds. Throws the ball very well and runs very well. Barcelo, on the other hand, looks like maybe he's about 6'3", probably goes over 200 pounds.
Yeah,
wearing the short breeches.
Yeah, Barcelo's a big guy, and if Joyner was still in there, Teeters would have stopped him in his tracks, but Barcelo's able to get a little bit more. So Barcelo takes the snap, hands it off to Rose, plays blown dead. It's going to be a false start against Poteet.
I wonder if the cadence of the quarterback is causing the problems.
Would make sense because it doesn't seem like they've really pulled any of their starting linemen, and it has happened a lot since Barcelo came in the game.
Barcelo was in the homecoming court.
He was.
I don't think he got king, though.
I don't think he did either. I think one of the cheerleaders may have gotten it because I think I saw one of them had a crown on earlier. So, but I guess Barcelo can't wear his crown if he won out there on the field. So Barcelo's standing at the 44-yard line, takes a snap, hands it off to Davis, and Davis is wrapped up at the 35.
Yeah, Davis dragged a couple of white-shirted Lions about 4 yards that time. Tried to get that penalty yardage back.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 11 here, as the Barcelo-led Pirates are trying to keep the Lions from being able to make a comeback.
Yeah, Lions out of timeouts now, and the Pirates, you can just run the clock. Every first down they get, it's just another dagger in the Lions. A good defensive play once again by, I think it was Johnson maybe, Jaden Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson made the initial contact, and then Armstrong Teeters was back there helping him out a little bit.
Pirates know they pretty much got this one in the bag, Bentley, so they're not in a big hurry.
No, and can't say that I blame them. Right now, their best friend is the clock. Because they've got 3 timeouts. They can control it however they deem necessary, and of course, they don't have any reason to stop it.
Running that play clock right down to 0. And Coach McLean did exactly that and took a timeout with 1 on the play clock. So he's playing the game.
He is.
Looking for his first victory in 2 seasons.
Yeah. And folks, I'm going to take this time to remind you, next week is a bye week for the Lions. That doesn't mean there won't be anything on GEUS next Friday night. Greenville Lady Lions varsity volleyball will be playing home next week. So if you can, come out and watch them. If not, feel free to tune in to GEUS's YouTube channel as Matthew Middleton will be live streaming it. And so, yeah, just if you're looking for some Friday night entertainment, there's plenty to go on in Greenville, even though there isn't any football going on.
What do we got tomorrow night, Matthew? No, nothing, no volleyball?
I believe next Thursday is a JV game at home, which would be filming.
Okay. So, yeah, we will be live next...
Or 8th grade, one or the other. Check YouTube or Facebook.
All right. Hands it off to his running back. And that's going to pick up about 5 yards or so, and not be enough to get a first down, but enough that they'll probably just have to snap the ball one more time, and if they can pick up a first down, then they'll be good.
I think McEwen just gave Rose a headache because he really plowed him to finish him off. He was trying to get for extra yardage. McEwen just buried him.
Yeah. So as the clock winds down here, 10-second difference between the game clock and the play clock.
Looks like we're going to get another timeout there too.
We'll be surprised to come out and play and try to get first down.
Yeah, I think it'd be probably pretty wise to try to run it one more time just to keep the clock moving. No need to punt it away with 11 seconds left.
This is just a new experience for Coach Rodney McLean to have a lead like this and be able to just run the play clock all the way down to call timeouts. Makes it nice when you're looking at your first victory in such a long period of time.
Yeah, definitely right.
There's going to be some celebrating down here on the field after this one.
Oh yeah, first win since they played the Lions in 2022, and it's on homecoming. So there's definitely a reason for them to go into some celebration.
Hopefully, all you students here at Poteet will be responsible after the game and keep the celebration under control.
So it does look like Barcelo's probably going to hand it off to Rose again, as they're going to try to pick up a first down and just run the clock out here. There's a flag on the play.
That's unreal. My goodness. Senior offensive lineman Ron Washington left early on that one.
So it'll bring up 4th and 8 here. Not going to change anything, as they're still going to run the ball. Barcelo takes the snap, hands it off to Rose. Rose picks up the first down and a touchdown.
Wow.
So that'll be the way the game ends. As it'll be a final score of Pirates 43, Lions 23.
Now, that's one of those holes that you could drive your pickup through.
Yeah, I got a pretty big truck back at home, and I could have fit that through there.
Yeah, I think the Lions probably blitzed from the outside and left that middle wide open, and boy, Rose just danced straight up the middle and ran away from the secondary.
Yeah, definitely, and not the best way to finish that game, but the Lions did show a lot of life there, as they're going to run the kicking unit on to see if they can put an extra point in here and put a stamp on this victory. Rocco Reyna's kick is up, and it's good, making the score Pirates 44, Lions 23, and a final difference of 21 points.
And that's going to make the celebration even sweeter for the Pirates fans.
Yeah, it definitely will, as we see both teams getting ready to meet on that M at center field and shake hands and then get ready to get out of here.
Well, the Pirates definitely deserved a victory, but let's credit the Lions for showing a little spunk here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Lions did not make it easy on them in the second half at all. So good performance there towards the end of the game, as we would have obviously liked to see a win here tonight, but they did play their hearts out in the second half, so that's something to be proud of.
Lions outscored the Pirates 23-10 in the second half, so something to build on possibly for the bye week in the 3rd District game, which will be against Ennis on the 11th of October. And
yeah.
Archer O'Neill will be filling in for me that night, as I got a family health situation going on that day, a little surgery for my wife, and try to reconnect that colon.
Well, Bob, do you have anything else?
I'm just glad that the Lions showed a little effort in the second half, because frankly, initially in the first half, it looked like there wasn't much will to win, but clearly in the second half they had a different attitude.
Yeah, I agree 100%, and they looked so much better there in the second half, and glad they did, because they needed to come out stronger. So, well, folks, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Final score of Pirates 44, Lions 23. Reminder, no game next week, but we'll be on the road in Ennis, like Bob said, on the 11th. So look forward to seeing y'all then. For Bentley Love, I'm Bentley Love, and with me is Bob Muty and Matthew Middleton. We're saying goodnight from Mesquite Memorial Stadium. Thank y'all.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.